Hello guys, this is part 2 for why you should not reject Islam. To make it short, part number 1 explain this Jewish person, he received a letter from Muslims. They are saying to him why you should not reject Islam. So please watch part 1 before you watch this one. Now let us continue with part number 2. Why you should not reject Islam.
Always the most beneficial. You shouldn't reject Islam because it's not popular in your area or not mainstream. What's popular isn't always what's best. Truth, reality, is independent of the numbers of people who acknowledge it.
Amazing. Isn't it the Muslims always they go all over say we are 1.2 billion? So suddenly numbers are not important when they want, and numbers is so important when they want. They try to prove to you all over that Islam is the truth because they say to you Islam even the fastest growing religion, and this is false claim. But in the same time, number doesn't mean anything. Amazing. Let us continue.
If everyone thought the world is flat, it wouldn't become any less round.
Absolutely, man. This man who wrote this letter is absolutely smart. If everyone believed that the earth is flat, you know what? We will not know today about science. But isn't it the Quran who says that the earth is flat? Like the one who wrote this letter, did he even read his Quran? Search for earth flat in Islam in YouTube and you will see how many videos. You will see even Islamic TV show explaining that the true fact is that the earth is flat and science are wrong. No problem.
You shouldn't reject Islam because you've heard outlandish things said in its name. The Quran and Hadith are written in a Semitic language far different from European languages, and therefore contain idioms and figures of speech which may be misleading to one not familiar with the common usage of such terms in Arabic literature.
Oh, you see? The Muslims who they are translating those hadith, they are a bunch of liars. They are not giving us the meaning. So now we will not understand Islam because Islam is in Arabic. And if you read the Muslim translation for Islam, you will be more confused and you will reject Islam. So they did not provide us with a solution of knowing Islam because we don't know Arabic, as the majority. Me myself, I'm an Arab, I speak Arabic for sure. But they did not provide you with a solution how you want to understand Islam. At the same time, they are saying to you, you should not take Islam from translation. So what is the solution? We have all the world have to read Arabic? Secondly, why the Muslims are giving us false translation then? When you translate the hadith, you translate the meaning. The idea of translation, it's not translating word by word, it's giving the meaning. This is what the translation is about. So their argument is very false, but you know what they can say. What they can say. When Muhammad says the three things will interrupt a Muslim prayer, a dog and a donkey and a woman, how we can translate this hadith? Change the location of the women, make it women and donkey and dog? Or put the women in the mid, dog and donkey, dog and women and donkey? Is that will make a difference? So don't reject Islam, please, because the translation you are getting, it might be wrong. Remember, it's made in Arabic, and you know what? You are not an Arab. Sorry, and because you are not an Arab, you are dummy. And then we ask ourselves a question. Why Allah He did not provide Quran and Hadith in all languages of the world? He is disabled. And if a Muslim will say to us, you know what, Arabic is so extremely hard language, you know what, isn't this mean that Allah, He chose the wrong language? Very weird. Why He did not choose a prophet from a nation, they have a very easy language, very easy to understand, and that's it. So the excuses they are giving us, they are telling us why people they are rejecting Islam for real, and those are real reason to reject Islam. Because nobody can understand this religion. They don't have Islam in your language, and you cannot understand Islam unless you understand their language. And I bet you the one who wrote the letter, he himself, he do not speak Arabic. And then I ask myself, 95% of the Muslims in the world, they don't speak Arabic. So how they understand Islam? They pray to Allah in a language they don't understand. So they don't understand even their prayer. And then they blame you for rejecting Islam because of the language. Well, you know what? I think you are accepting Islam because you don't understand Islam. The same reason you are saying to us, you don't accept Islam because you don't understand Islam. I think you yourself, you are accepting Islam because you don't understand Islam. Because you don't want to think about it. And even the Quran, chapter 5, verse 101, say clearly, ask not questions about things look plain for you. And actually, the Quran in Arabic, it says, tasu'akum, things is bad for you, harmful for you. Ask not questions about those bad things in the Quran. Because if you ask, in verse number 102, it says clearly what will happen. If you ask questions about Quran, you will leave Islam. Because people of former generation, they did ask the same questions and they left Islam. Because Islam cannot stand the questions. Let us continue.
The intended meaning may even be opposite of what you thought, due to unfamiliarity with the language. Before leaping to simple conclusions when presented shocking quotes from a foreign language text, first consult with a number of experts who respect the text to find a more reasonable understanding.
You know, get the expert who respect the text. Remember, you have to get someone who respect the text. This is very important. Not an expert who don't respect the text. You have to be an expert and you are a Muslim. Expert who's not a Muslim, doesn't work. They want somebody to give you his point of view as a Muslim. Not as an expert, actually. An expert in deceiving, because why you want somebody who expert and respect the text? Do I have to respect the text? When a scientist, he study germs, he is respecting them. He is full knowledgeable about the topic, but I don't think they respect germs and viruses. What knowledge have to do with respecting? And here, isn't it always we do show the Muslims from their own books, from Ibn Kathir, Al-Qurtubi, At-Tabari? Like, you know what? When Muhammad, he said, don't initiate the Christian and the Jew, salam, which means don't say to them peace. And this is written in their Sahih Muslim, Sahih Bukhari. And this is even in the explanation of the Quran of Ibn Kathir. Those are not expert when they say that the Prophet said that when you see a Christian or a Jew in the street, don't say to him peace, and not only that, force him to the most narrow alley, which means force him to walk in the sewer line. Is that a wrong person telling us a wrong story? Ibn Kathir is not a person who respects Islam. He is not skilled enough to explain Islam to us. So what we need to do then? Who is the one the Muslims they respect as a scholar? Actually, when you show the Muslims how filthy the books of Islam is, right away suddenly Ibn Kathir will become a Jew, and Al-Qurtubi will become a Hindu. They are respected as long they supported their propaganda with them. But if you show them something bad there, right away they will say, oh, I don't go by this scholar. He's so stupid. I don't agree with this. When the Quran in chapter 3 verse number 7 say clearly, only Allah know the meaning of the Quran and those who they are grounded firm with knowledge. They say, we believe. Let us continue.
Bias exists against all groups. If you're going to reject a philosophy or religion and talk negatively about it with other people, spreading misconceptions throughout the world about those people, at least make sure that these beliefs which you're claiming they believe are truly the beliefs of those you're against. And
You
not
know, can the Muslims even practice what they say? They come to us and they accuse the Bible, like they talk about the Song of Songs when they do not know even what the Song of Songs is about. They attack you without knowing your religion. In the same time, they don't know your religion. In the same time, they are asking you, don't attack them without knowing your religion, their religion. I never saw hypocrite nation the same as Muslims.
baseless misunderstandings, the result of your own laziness, ignorance, and bias.
Okay, time is up, guys. Follow with me with the coming video. Christ is Lord, Islam is false, I mean.